Before I go around collecting items and starting the timer, I just want to go through a few points before doing that. First of all, I'm not going to be speed running through the game for an hour. I'm not going to get as far as I can. I'm just trying to go through it fairly casually, just like an average player might get through, like what items they might find and what they're useful for. I'm not going to be using any mods. I've chosen a wizard because there are a couple of useful items very early on if you're a wizard. I'm not really going to be trying to do things based on class, apart from that. If you'd like to see the same thing that I'm going to do here, but maybe going faster, then do let me know. I won't be showing it. I will be going through cutscenes at a normal rate, probably picking the quickest way through the cutscenes, and I won't be speaking to my companions because you can do that in your own time as far as I'm concerned. And I will start the timer once I have control of the character, control of Tav here. So Tav is just recovering from being knocked out, so I haven't started the timer yet because I don't have control, and I will spend a bit of time in the first couple of rooms because there are some useful items here, in fact. Alright, so off we go. Just started the timer. Since this is the first room, I kind of assume most of you know where to look here, but just in case, we start getting potions early on, which is good. I'm not going to go through every single item in the game, every single container, but I think it might be worth it at the beginning. Pick up a caustic bulb in case you want to use it. I'm going to jump down. Apparently I'm not. Wanted to jump down quickly to try and save as much time as possible. Now, one of the first... Oh, there's an autosave. First potentially very useful containers is this mind flayer here, because sometimes, not today, but sometimes there are potions of speed or void bulbs on any mind flayer corpse. They seem to be done at random. Still not finished in this first room. There is one more dead body here, which has a mage armor scroll, a scroll of mage armor, which is useful if you're a wizard because you can actually essentially learn one extra spell if you know that this is coming. Now I don't have the gold, I don't think, to learn it now. No, I don't have 50 gold, fair enough. And then in here, I think it's this third one. Yes, there's a scroll of firebolt, so we can learn a cantrip also. And since we're here, there is a potion of healing. Alright, so that's it for the first couple of rooms. There are other items around, such as another caustic bulb, but I'm not interested in showing you every single caustic bulb. Alright, I managed to get us on my side, and I just want to point out this chest here has random loot inside. This time I got a fair bit of gold, so I could, just for the sake of it, now go and learn mage armor. So at the end of this first fight, there is another mind flare here, which will give this time a void bulb and a spike bulb. Not necessarily so useful. Also, I wouldn't really advise it, but if you really want Lae'zel's Githyanki half plate, you could either kill her or shove her off the side. There's also a light crossbow here. In this Nautiloid, in this tutorial section, there are several light crossbows, which are a good place to pick up because even a wizard is proficient with the light crossbow. This thrall at the front of the Nautiloid is probably the only place early on where we can get a shield if you wanted one. And over by this cultist there is a battle axe on the floor. Again, maybe picking up some mundane weapons if you didn't start with them. And on the body of this cultist there is a short sword, a martial weapon. Over on this table there are 2 scrolls, quite good for being early on. We can get false life here as well, which a wizard can learn. And inside here we get, wow, some gold and some onyx and the way to let Shadowheart out. Alright, so I just made it to the helm and I need to make a decision really about whether to go for the Everburn blade or not, because if I don't, I can be out of here really quite quickly. But I think it's too good to pass up, so I probably am going to go for it. Also, I want to point out when it gets to Shadowheart's turn, she won't be able to, because just want to also point out, since patch 7, the companions haven't been able to pick up items, we haven't been able to change their spells or pass them items or anything, so we will have to wait until Tav's turn, which will be next. So, I have read people say that they can't find many crossbows and things early on. In this room, ooh, another short sword. There's just short sword, there's some leather armor, essentially lots of mundane items. Another light crossbow here. I know some more over this way as well. So although it's a bit frantic and you're under lots of pressure, this room is good for finding mundane items. Although I'm not probably going to pick them up because I'm only going to be playing for an hour. There are 2 void bulbs here and a caustic bulb, and until you get down into the Underdark, this is the only possible place to pick up void bulbs. This will be your stock until you get to there, and that's assuming you also do the correct quest for Omeluum. So things aren't looking good. Commander Zolka's on 1 hit point, and it's essentially all up to Lae'zel to make this work. Yeah, not sure what's going to happen here. Ooh, scary stuff. Ooh, Shadowheart is down. Right. Not looking good at all. I might have to run. That 1 hit point. And on Commander Zolk's body, which I would have to get Tav to pick up. Ooh, might not be able to do this. Is the Everburn Blade. Lae'zel can't do much about this. So I'm going to pick it up. I might have to leave Shadowheart to die. Sorry, Shadowheart. So here's the Everburn Blade. Just so you are aware, it does 2d6 damage plus 1d4. It's good for Lae'zel. It's a good start for Lae'zel. Right, let's try and actually get Shadowheart up. I don't know if she'll make it. Maybe she won't.
Better give it a try.
Ooh, she can just about make it. Whew. One thing I want to point out here actually is, even though I've learned Mage Armor from a scroll, it still appears as a spell that I can learn. So make sure you don't learn any spells that you already know. One of my most anticipated containers on the beach here is actually this wooden barrel, because we get a random food item. This time I've got some roughly cut ham, which is okay. It's fairly heavy, and some water. Sometimes you get some sort of food that gives you 20 camp supplies, like a pumpkin. Sometimes you get not so good things like I did today. These barrels down here will sometimes contain, yeah, thief stools. That's what I was waiting for. Kind of your first set of thief stools in the game, which makes them useful, and a trap disarm kit. Now I just want to point out, at this point here, your path could diverge. You could either go into this try and get through this ancient door and succeed, or fail and have to come this way, or just choose to come this way anyway. Or, since I'm a wizard, I'm not going to do this, but I could cast jump on myself or Shadowheart and jump up to here, which would create a third different path. Anyway, I'm just going to go straight to the Intellect Devourers up this way. Now here, there is yet another dead Mind Flayer. Keep an eye out for them, because they can, hopefully, have potions of speed. That's what I'm really looking for. And there's another dead Mind Flayer up there, and there's another one up there as well. I'm just going to check them out. There's my potion of speed. It's all random though. You never know how many you're going to get at this point in the game. And I'm just going to quickly go and check this one. And I think this is almost the last, not quite, but nearly the last dead Mind Flayer. Now, although we're not normally wanting for camp supplies, this is some of the earliest supply packs that we can find. I would send this to camp. And also there's a piece of potion of healing. Just pick up all the supplies you can, or send them straight to camp. Is always a nice idea. Then you don't need to worry about your long rests. And then this Mind Flayer is probably the last dead Mind Flayer we'll come across. A Void Bulb. And from here on out, I will have no more Void Bulbs to pick up. At least not within the next 26 minutes and 35 seconds. Now down here, which is where the boar is, where you find Astarion, who I've got to join my party, you'll want to come up to this rock, but you need to pass a perception check to be able to see it. Not perception, sorry, nature. And inside it, you'll find 2 potions of speed. Great little couple of potions there, and a ruby, which is worth a fairly decent amount of gold that can bring you some wealth early on in the game, and some other things that lead to other items. Now, since I actually did pick up the Everburn Blade, I decided to take Lae'zel into my party because, well, I can make use of it. Also, these scrolls I've picked up, like Firebolts, I haven't actually got Tav to learn that yet. False Life, I could give that to Tav, or to Gale, since he is also a wizard. Now, there's also another split in the path here, really. Since I haven't already cleared through this abandoned temple here, I could go that way, or I could go straight to the Druid camp. Now, in terms of items, going towards the Druid camp is probably better for within an hour, because over this way, there are lots of mundane items inside here, but there aren't any that are massively more useful than what we already have. The only thing that's really in there is the amulet that gives you Speak with Dead. So if you want to be using that, you really do have to go into here. There are some soul coins, there are some mundane weapons, there's a magic spear, but I don't find myself using that magic spear very often. These NPCs here don't have a great amount on them, but since I am running out of time and I would quite like to level up to level 3 as soon as possible, I'm going to do the fight outside, but then leave the rest of the temple intact. On these corpses, like I said, we won't find anything massively useful, but maybe it's the first medium armor we can have if we don't kill Lae'zel here. We've got scale mail armor, some supplies, some gems. Not really that impressed with these, apart from the fact here we do get some more thieves tools and a trap disarm kit. So I've got to the Druid Grove fight with 13 minutes and 42 seconds left. I'm hoping I can make it through this fight in the time remaining, because there are several useful items in this area, but we'll see. Now, I wish I was joking when I said that the bugbear, it's just left, had 2 potions of healing thrown at him by my allies. Vermeera keeps going down, it's a bit annoying. Destroyed a potion of healing. Bugbear was healed. And then someone else did it as well further up. Bugbear. Anyway, right. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. Now, this was quite important because Krug here has got Gloves of Power. And we also get a Great Axe if you want to give that to someone. Gloves of Power are amazing. Now, I don't have much time left, so I'm actually going to go into the Druid Grove, not right now, but soon, because there is a lovely necklace up this way. You can see the Druid Grove entrance just in the background, up these rocks, up this ladder. On this skeleton is the silver pendant, which gives guidance. And if we're lucky, we might be able to get a spider egg sac. Don't know what my chances are here. I've barely had any inspiration. Oh, that's good so far. Sleight of hand. Oof, good. So you can receive a pouch, and inside the pouch is a spider egg sac, which if you use or throw, then the tiny little spiders run all over the floor. All right, let's try and get into the Druid's Grove and show you what we can pick up in there. All right, I'm gonna have to effectively speed run through this section. I'm gonna use jump just in case it helps. So on Zevlor, you can trade with him to get Hell Rider's Pride if you wish to pick up these gloves. After speaking to Zevlor, I did just level up, but with 3 minutes remaining, I'm gonna leave that, I think. So on the Druid here, Aaron, he is a trader. There are several things worthwhile noting. First of all, a bunch of scrolls. Secondly, a bunch of arrows. Thirdly, the Rain Dancer, which is a pretty cool staff to have early on. And that Amulet of Elemental Torment can also be very useful. On Auntie Ethel here, I'm actually going to skip through these now with only 2 minutes remaining. We can find Spell Thief, Corellin's Grace, both of which are useful. And a bunch of potions also useful if you've got the coin. And you can also sell your ruby. Since I'm in this area, and I've still got jump, I can speak to Damon. Pick up some mundane armor and the scale mail armor +1. Sometimes there are, here we are, a hand crossbow. There's a club here. It can be quite difficult to get hold of clubs early on otherwise. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the last couple of things I want to show you. I definitely don't have time to get to the Ring of Color Spray, which you get from defeating the Harpies and following their nest all the way up around the back. What I am going to try and show you, if I can make it happen in time, is an amulet that gives you lesser restoration. Don't know if I'll make it in time. Since I did level up Lae'zel, I'm not going to level up the others because there's really not enough time. Oops, bit of damage there. So yeah, just going to skip through this because I'm running out of time. Come on, let me in. Oh, getting close. First of all, you can speak to Volo and steal an item off of him. If we trade, he's got the Whispering Promise and a bunch of scrolls. And also animals of potions of animal speaking. Oh, 10 seconds. I don't think I'm going to quite make it down there in time. But down here, we can kind of see it-ish. This flat rock, oh, I'm out of time, but I'll show you this as a bonus, as it were. This flat rock, which make sure we hide, move out of the way. You can find the Amulet of Sylvanus. Make sure you take it while hiding, otherwise people will notice it. Or I say people, the bear will notice it. So that's it, my hour is up. There is more to see in the Druid's Grove, but I just didn't have the time to get there. So let me know if you found this useful, if you like the idea of this sort of video with some sort of timer, and what items I missed, because I probably did miss some out in my hurry. If you made it this far, please do consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.